Greetings, agents. This is the Mediocre Gamer. Thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that you're here and I hope that you are doing well. If you find my videos helpful, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. If at any point during this video you wish to skip ahead, then please check the description for the timestamped chapters. Right, let's have a look at a rifle build. Now, rifles were in a bit of limbo up until recently. They were a bit mid. The devs decided to give them a buff, and on the whole, they have improved greatly. You know, they still struggle against assault rifles and whatnot, but they are certainly not in limbo anymore, and they can be a lot of fun to use. Now, this build that I'm going to show you is not a Headhunter determined build. It's just a high-end build that you can put together pretty easily, and you don't need to land headshots for it to whack hostiles about. One of the reasons why I put this build together, because I'm not very good at landing headshots, and rifles are a lot of fun, as I mentioned. So basically, 3 pieces of Zwea, Cheska, Grupo, and Foxes. And the rifle of your choice, basically. Whatever you have on hand, or whatever you feel comfortable with. I would recommend that you at least try a rifle build out, just because it's a different way to play the game. You don't have to do everything with strikers or ongoing directive or negotiators. This is just a high-end build, and as I said, it's pretty easy to put together. So let's break the build down so we get a little bit more detail. Starting with the chest, it's a Cheska chest, which comes with 8% critical hit chance. Obviously, this is a all-red build, so the core attribute is weapon damage. The chest talent on this one is braced, so while in cover, weapon handling is increased by 45%. So I've got quite a few pieces that lean into weapon handling in this build, so you'll have a very fast reload, among other things. You also want to spec into crit hit chance and crit hit damage as much as you can. So you want to aim for crit hit chance, above 50, 55 would be great, and then crit hit damage, whatever you can get it up to. You'll find that your rifle will hit quite hard. If we move on to the backpack, it's a Grupo backpack, which gives us 13% critical hit damage. The talent I have on here is Composure, so while in cover, it increases total weapon damage by 15%. So the next 3 pieces is from the Zwea brand set. So I'm running the holster, mask, and gloves. So 3 pieces of Zwea give us plus 15% mag size, plus 20% rifle damage, and plus 30% weapon handling. The only thing I wanted to really mention here is the gloves, which I'm using the named Zwea gloves called Eagle's Grasp, which give you another 15% weapon handling. And once again, make sure you spec into crit hit chance, crit hit damage as much as feasibly possible to make this build absolutely slap. Moving on to the knees, we've got the name Overlord Armaments Fox's Prayer, which gives us another 10% rifle damage, and also gives us 8% damage to targets out of cover, which once again will help you put some enemies into the ground. The rifle I'm using in the footage is a good old lever action 1886, which hits pretty hard at the cost of RPM and mag size. But with the extra weapon handling we've got on here, reloading doesn't take very long at all. Put killer on it, so killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 70% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. So we've got obviously rifle damage, we've got critical hit damage, and we've got damage to targets out of cover on this weapon. So if you can farm an 1886 or a rifle with damage to targets out of cover, add to that the 8% you get on Fox's knees, and you've got 18% damage to targets out of cover, which is really going to help you out. I whacked on a mod of the tubular magazine slot, which gives me plus 20% reload speed, but it's up to you what you put in the one mod slot the rifle has. For specialization, I went with sharpshooter. A couple of reasons for that. Once again, we get 15% increased rifle damage. We have 15% increased weapon stability and reduced recoil, which helps. After 20 seconds in cover, you start generating 5 marksman and 5 rifle ammo every 10 seconds. And then you also get bonus armor for being in cover. You could also go with gunner here if you wanted some armor on kill. Both are viable options. Now stats. So weapon damage is almost 1 million. My crit hit chance is at about 58. And my crit hit damage is at about 146. And I think I crit for about 4 to 5 million if I proc killer. So quite a fun build, as I said. Obviously it's not going to be as fast as something like an LMG or an assault rifle, but still a really viable build in heroic content. So it can certainly hold its own against those ARs and LMGs and whatnot. So there you have it. There is a really easy to put together rifle build. Obviously it's not the only rifle build out there, but it is very capable of griefing your hostiles in combat. I would be keen for any feedback that you may have about this build, or if you have a favorite rifle build, then please put it in the comments so that we can check it all out. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, you stay safe out there, agents, and take care.
Launcher disabled.